Someone mustard and Somerset-Berkley community. Participant student athletes, coaches, and conference officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student athletes. Assume responsibility for your behaviors and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call the call on the school administrator. Now, we'll do starting first, to your away Somerset-Berkley through Raiders. Number 0, Mia Wiley. Number 2, Addie Bivens. Number 3, Meg Number 4, Kevin Hudson. Number 5, Julie McKee. Number 6, Emily Clark. Number 7, Lila Harris. Number 8, Charlotte Isidore. Number 9, Laura Kennedy. Number 10, Kaylin Howe. Number 11, Ryan Cabral. Number 12, Karis Woodward. Number 14, Claire. Number 16, Ava Pence. Number 17, Emma Trujillo. Number 18, Grace Oliver. Number 21, Paige Shields. Number 22, Anna Corbin. Number 24, Ryan Cook. And number 99, Sophia Ryan. The Somerset-Berkley Blue Raiders are run by head coach Jenny Beck. And now, for your Norwood Mustard. Number 0, Ava O'Neill. Number 2, Megan Moss. Number 3, Bridget Kidd. Number 4, Audrey McDonald. Number 5, Ashley DeLay. Number 7, Katie Powell. Number 8, Allie O'Neill. Number 9, Ava Hunt. Number 10, Emma Pitt. Number 11, Allie Mason. Number 13, Evan. Number 14, Mackenzie Fields. Number 15, Regan Pritchard. Number 16, Maddie Cochise. Number 17, Emily Whittier. Number 18, Bridget Moss. Number 19, Kayla. Number 21, Bridget Johnson. Number 22, Maddie Johnson. Number 23, Maureen Bonner. Number 24, Billy Bonner. And number 36, Keith Anderson. The Norwood Mustangs are led by head coach Allison. Our great nation has preserved the American perspective of men and women who have served for a terrific. We invite both veterans and current military personnel.
Isn't that great? How are you?
We thank you for your service to our country. Now we invite all who are able to stand and agree fast for the flag.
Welcome everyone to Worcester State University and John Coughlin Memorial Field. I'm Joe Pinot alongside Nora Glynn. Nora, we are right back where we were a year ago,
Yes,
but
we
now
are.
the Norwood Mustangs trying to finish the job
And I think
seeing
they're going
if
to
they
finish
can
it
get the win today.
I'm very excited. Very excited.
Norwood took down the team that ultimately beat them last year in the finals, which was Reading, in the Elite Eight matchup, if you will. That was
Yes.
a 1-0 win courtesy of Shea Larkey, and now they take on a Somerset-Berkley team, 17-2 in the regular season. This is a team that they are familiar with, and you were on the call for
They were
actually
in
last year.
Yeah, they were in the Final Four. That's how they beat. So 3 of the 4 teams again have come back to the Final Four. It was Somerset-Berkley. It was quite a match. It was freezing down in Middleborough. It was a great. And again, I do forget the score. I know I was there, but it was again tight. It was a 1-goal game, and it was crazy. But so Somerset-Berkley, as you know, they're gonna be saying we want revenge, and you know it's like we want the title. So very excited. The girls are pumped. There's 8 seniors that start, which is great. I think this is going to be their year. I think it is.
I hope that you're right. So last year we did a little research and some digging in the archives. That game against Somerset-Berkley went 2-1.
2-1
for
okay.
Norwood. Ultimately in that game, Shea Larkey had 2 assists. Morgan Nauman had a goal, and it was Emily Spadorsha with the game-winning goal there. So those 3,
and they're all back.
All back. So you kind of look at that and you say, all right, well, what worked for Norwood last year maybe will work again for them this year.
Right.
Let's see what the Mustangs decide to do here as we hear a little bit of an early whistle. In that game against Somerset-Berkley, the big advantage for Norwood was the penalty corners. There were 13 that Norwood was able to take. Mm-hmm. Somerset-Berkley only had 1.
Wow,
so
I did not
that
realize
tells
that.
you a little
it
bit
also
about
helped,
how that game went.
Well, the game the other night, penalty corners helped Norwood. That's how they scored. On one of them was great. Actually, 2.
Now Norwood immediately moving on in
this is what I'd like
they
to
try
see.
to get
Come
right
down.
into the middle of the Somerset-Berkley defense.
Come down early, score early and often.
And that will be difficult against
It will be
Somerset-Berkley's
very
goalie.
difficult.
Number 99, Sophia Valcourt, was in goal for that game against Norwood. She's had an excellent season. In fact, head coach Jen Crook said that she hasn't been tested a ton this year, but she was tested against Hingham in their semifinal match and stood the test and ultimately was able to bring Norwood to a win here. So the Mustangs seemingly controlling things in the offensive end in the early going. They've almost had possession for all of the first minute so far.
We'll take every possession every minute we can.
That's it. Norwood
they came from behind.
A nail-biter.
Oh, it's Canton.
I know you and Kathy Chacoy were there for it. What a match against Canton to send them to the finals.
And it basically twice they did it because they played them right at the end of the season, and then they came again in the tournament, and the score was the same, 3-2. But that last game, Norwood had to come from behind. They were 2 goals down, which they are not used to playing like that. And they waited till 8 seconds to score at the end. So, not that they waited, I shouldn't say that, but
that's right.
We waited till they scored.
Well, ultimately, it did go Norwood's way in the end, as able to get a couple goals from Shea Larkey.
The
second one was off a
outstanding.
tip.
I just have to. Yeah, it was a great play from
what a
Ava
play.
Hines. It was Bridget Conley to Ava Hines, and the tip from Shea just had it the right. The poor Canton goalie didn't have a chance. She just didn't. I think she didn't see it coming at all.
And Norwood has to sweep that one out of there. Number 24 for Somerset-Berkley right now is Ryan Crook. He is one of their leading scorers on the team and certainly someone to watch out for. They also have number 1, Ella Vaught. She scored 2 goals in their win against Hingham. So this is an offense that put up 4 goals in that game against number 6 Hingham, another team that returned to the Final Four. So they can put up points in a hurry. Although we know that Norwood has an excellent defensive line and also a senior captain goalkeeper in Ava O'Neill.
Absolutely.
So Norwood will get the ball back here. Norwood was playing at WPI last year, so different location.
But same area.
We're at Worcester State today. Beautiful field, nice sunny day, at least on the
day.
field. We're hoping the sun kind of creeps over
Yeah,
into our area in a bit.
Coming in,
but
coming
here
in,
comes
coming
Somerset-Berkley. They have a chance, and stoned by O'Neill at first.
They got it in.
But Somerset-Berkley ultimately puts it through, and they score 3 minutes into this contest. Hard to get the result from this one. Oh, no, they're going to disallow it?
There must have been a whistle.
No, they've disallowed it. No, there was a whistle on the play. Somerset-Berkley keeps it. We thought it was Addie Finlaw, number 2 there, who stuffed it home. But instead, Ryan Crook will take it just out of the circle and get things started. It was a great save
that's gonna
initially
be-
from
that's-
O'Neill.
That's going to be a corner that hit her foot. I saw it.
So going back to retrieve it for the Raiders is Scarlett Isidoro, number 8. And Norwood will get their masks on here to get things started. We're coming to you from a chilly day, but Nora, for November,
Not
I
as
guess we're
cold
not
as
doing
Canton.
too badly.
I'm telling you, not as cold as Canton.
So Somerset-Berkley earns the first corner of the day with 11:11 to go here. We're only in the first quarter. They ultimately put that first goal, what we thought went through, but it was disallowed.
So it has to
Comes
go
right
outside
out
the
to
circle
Crook.
and then
Crook
come
takes
in.
a
Nice
strong
shot.
drive. There's a tip in front of the net, and it's essentially punched out by O'Neill. Her second save of the day, and it's a good one.
That's a great one.
And so Somerset-Berkley will bring it out once again.
Making a new
They'll
plan.
talk things over. Ella Vaught, number 1, will be the inserter here. We'll see if she goes right back to Ryan Crook, who's there at the top of the arc. She does.
She does.
It comes to Crook. He winds up. No, dekes around one player. Norwood trying
twice.
to get in his way, and the shot goes wide of the net. So we talked about Crook and Vaught being ones to watch. It was Vaught that sent it in. Crook this time did a little bit of kind of shaking and baking trying to get around the defense.
Yeah, that was pretty good, fancy stick work. Oh, see, I thought that went off of him, but apparently it did not.
And now it'll
'Cause
come
it's
out
good.
for Maura Kennedy. Kennedy sends it inside.
There we
Norwood
go.
defense continuing to stymie the SB offense. Addie Finlaw was trying to connect there.
It stopped on her foot.
So after the first minute of play, Nora was seemingly controlled by the Mustangs. It looks like Somerset-Berkley took some of that momentum the last couple of minutes
Okay,
here.
so we need to get rid of these corners because it's such an advantage to the offense. As you can see, you put as many players as they want. They do have to stay behind the circle, and Norwood only has 5 defenders, 4 and a goalie.
And the
Everybody
offense, I
else has to
believe
go
you can
back to
call
the
in as
50.
many as you want.
You can
right?
call as many as you want. So it has to go outside the circle and then come in.
So Crook moves in. It's a low shot. O'Neill tested once again.
Oh, nice. She's got it
Ava
out.
has really stood up so far. This one rolling to the sidelines. Kenzie Haru gives it some chase. But it rolls out of bounds as the Norwood student section gets going here, just off to our left. Ryan Crook
A lot
once
of
again
possession by
trying to move
Somerset.
inside. The Norwood defense has been up to the task so far, but it's already been 3 corners. Nora, we mentioned at
I
the
know
top.
it's
Somerset-Berkley only had 1 corner last year in this contest. And
I guess
already, they seemingly have improved a lot in that area. They scored, I believe, 3 of their goals in the game against Hingham off corners. 2 of those came courtesy of Ella Vaught. Addie Finlaw and Emily Carr were the other scorers in that one. But here's the 4th corner now in a row with 8:45 to go. They go to Crook
again.
once
That's
again.
a little mistake there. So hopefully that.
Oh, but they find a nice pass down low. Norwood trying to get it out of there
Get at that
defensively.
circle,
It comes out for Kennedy once again. And it looks like she will get Somerset-Berkley to reset a little bit.
See, every time the ball hits a defensive player's just foot, they can call another corner. So those are some of the other.
So
penalties
already
that
the
can happen.
5th corner. I guess
This
we're going to start keeping track here at this rate.
Come on, they need to get this out.
The Raiders
Let it
go to
bounce
Crook
over.
for the 5th time. He moves in, gets around one defender, and makes a nice pass
Nice
down
clear.
low.
Who's that in the?
Ultimately, the Raiders do come in and connect with the goal.
I thought Bridget Sopel had cleared it far enough. She was basically in goal.
And we'll check on the score. I think it was Ryan Crook who ultimately got it through, number 24. So we'll
All
wait
right,
for the official announcement here. Nobody pulled it out of the back of the net, but if that is a goal for Somerset-Berkley, it is an early one.
Early one, which we don't want to see, but comes Shea Lucky.
And Ryan Crook is announced as the goal scorer. So Ryan Crook gets things started. He's had a great season as a sophomore for Somerset-Berkley, and automatically he puts Somerset-Berkley on the board here. So Norwood will try to answer. We're going to key in on Shea Larkey. If you've been following anything about Norwood field hockey, you know how good Shea has been.
Very
Over
good.
150 career points in only 3 seasons for her.
I know. She didn't play her sophomore year because of an injury. And
Bridget
she's such an
Sopel.
accomplished athlete all over. She's a gymnast. She went on the swim team to dive because she couldn't do gymnastics. She
Right.
didn't want to.
She just jumped into the swim team and did a
She
heck of a
did,
job.
Yeah. Well, she was a level 10 gymnast, too. Her freshman year, she was great. Unfortunately, that's when she got injured.
That's right.
And I think she
I know
plays
you know
lacrosse,
about
too.
the
I know.
gymnastics, so that is
I
quite
loved
the
watching her.
compliment coming
I
from you.
loved watching her gymnastics. She was great.
Norwood has been down before, though. Obviously, you don't want to fall behind too big early, but Norwood was down 2-0 against Canton in their last game. That was over at Bridgewater Raynham High School. And Coach Dolliner took a timeout. You and Kathy said on the broadcast that Norwood seemed a little bit more composed after the timeout.
It was, and actually when Shea Lockey scored that first goal, then it kind of put a little fire into the team.
Yeah, she kind of put the team on her shoulders, get the first goal.
Here we go.
Started.
Here's a little takeaway.
So
all right,
let's
Emily
see.
Spadorcia, can she get by?
We know
back
Emily
up, back
has
up.
some speed.
She has speed.
That was a really nice play, though. It was
That's all
Meg
right.
Costa.
Bridget Conley bringing it down. Nice. Back to Emily.
Spadorcia once again now into the middle of the field, and Somerset-Berkley's defense has been really good about getting some clears back out to the 30-yard line. But now Norwood moving in again. A frustrated Larkey tries to get through. Bridget Connolly sends it in. It goes off the stick of Spadorcia. And Norwood and their fans looking for a couple calls there. What did you see on that one, Nora?
I think it was actually went off a Larkey, I think.
All right.
But
so we know the MIA has their best.
She got frustrated, so I think she.
So let's see
that's definitely
here.
going Norwood's way. All right, so Evan O'Neill will.
So O'Neill will try to usher it in. Emily Carr almost had a bit of a breakaway. Carr was one of those goal scorers against Hingham in Somerset-Berkley's semifinal game. Here's Ava Hines. Hines was initially credited with one of the goals against Canton, but upon replay, we noticed that it was a tip off the stick from Larkey that ultimately caused it to go through.
But she set that up beautifully.
Absolutely. Ava is kind of one of those do-it-all type players for Norwood. I believe another senior on this roster.
Yep, she's one of the other seniors. TVL All-Star. She's solid player.
Norwood has 5 TVL All-Stars and also 1 honorable mention in Bridget Sopel to join that group. I think I was saying to Mark Hoover on one of the broadcasts, it seems like the TVL was saying, hey, we've got to get some other schools represented considering the representation Norwood had. Here's Kenzie Haru, number 4. She is kind of trapped along the corner there as Evan O'Neill pressures her there on the far side. Nice work from her. Ultimately does get it to go. It looks like number 7, Katie Malley, is in the game now for Norwood. So the Mustangs going to their bench a little bit early on. We know Katie's been getting a little bit of run from the coach, and certainly that's got to help in terms of conditioning and things like that.
Bridget Conley is trying to get rid of that. She stopped it. It was stopped by a Somerset player.
Here's Addie Finlaw. Finlaw
nice
scored
takeaway,
one of the goals against Canton. Connolly, though, makes a really nice move to steer it away from her. Allie Mannering almost turns the corner. And instead it comes to Scarlett Isidoro. So number 8 now for the Raiders. Puts it in play for Ella Vaught, who tries to go up along the sideline. Nobody is home, and there's Evan O'Neill. I think I might have accidentally called Evan on the other side earlier. But it looks like she is playing in the position closer to us.
But sometimes they switch, so you could have been right.
So 4 minutes to go here. We are in the first quarter of action. It is 1-0 Somerset-Berkley, courtesy of a goal by Ryan Crook.
And
here comes Ryan once again. Across the 20, makes a nice pass over to Finlaw. But Norwood is there defensively. Nice work, I believe, from Emma Penza, the freshman number 10 on that one. Comes out for Penza again. She slings it over, was originally looking for Katie Malley. And ultimately now, Shea Larkey into the middle of the field. She is the one to watch for Norwood. 43 goals, I believe. I'm almost losing count here, Nora.
I know. I know 150 points, so I don't know.
That's the number we keep hearing. She's probably the most important of those was the one goal she scored against Reading in a 1-0 game. Although you can certainly make an argument that her 2 goals against Canton were just as big. Allie Mannering tries to get around Maura Kennedy. Nice play there by Larkey, who almost dispossesses Kennedy, but now she'll be the one to send it in. So 3 minutes to go now from beautiful Worcester State University. That is the site of all 4 of these state final field hockey games.
We drew the first one.
Absolutely. Will be followed up by Watertown taking on Sandwich in the Division 3 game. Then Uxbridge takes on Monomoy in Division 4. And finally, the nightcap at 5 o'clock tonight will feature Walpole against Andover. That's actually a rematch of last year.
Yeah.
Walpole is Norwood's only loss on the schedule this year, so it goes to show you how strong Norwood's schedule is, and also that's certainly not a team that you're ashamed to lose to.
Whoa.
Nice fight from Finlaw. She moves in and steers it just wide. What an angle Addie Finlaw had on that one as she kept a low shot. O'Neill was ready the whole time, but it goes out of bounds, and Norwood will regain control. Somerset-Berkley had 2 losses this year. They had a very close loss earlier in the year to Acton Boxborough, but they lost 8-2 to Sandwich, who was playing in the D3 final. Sandwich was 20-0 this season, and they beat the D2 final team by 6 goals. Here's Crook, and he scores again.
That right in.
Wow, Ryan Crook comes right through, his second goal of the contest. And it's a big one as Norwood finds themselves down 2, just as they did in the semifinal and final match against Canton.
He's a much stronger player than he was last year. I knew he would get stronger.
Crook is a sophomore this year, only going to get better, it seems like. He comes from a family of field hockey players.
I think his mother's the coach.
His mother is the coach, Jen Crook.
And I think he's the 3rd one. Here we go, coming
That's
down,
right.
coming down.
So let's see what Norwood can do offensively. They're going to need a little bit of help on the offensive end.
All right.
They did a nice job kind of taking some pressure into the zone. Crook is the, I believe, at least the 3rd Crook to come through the field hockey program.
I think he's the 3rd brother. I think he's the...
Lucas Crook was, I believe, Player of the Year in Somerset-Berkley's conference en route to their state title in 2018-2019. So his brother Lucas, a heck of a player, and was a practice player for Providence College. Cammie Crook, his sister, was also on that team in 2018-2019, and she, I believe, did end up playing for Providence College. So certainly the family knows their field hockey.
Yes.
And Jen Crook, the head coach, was there 6 years ago when Somerset-Berkley won it all. So I believe his brother Alex plays baseball, so it is an athletic family, and field hockey just seems to be in their blood. Nice job by Sopel, who steps up to clear it to the side, and we hear a whistle with 40 seconds left.
It looks like, they're switching around. They've got Maureen Lockey in now over at wing, which Shay's younger sister.
Maureen is a freshman, and she does have a goal, though, in these playoffs.
Oh, there we go.
This one ticks its way through a couple players. Nice play by Emily Carr, who almost turns the corner.
I think it's going to be a corner. It hit Evans' foot.
Yeah, so with 14 seconds left, Somerset-Berkley will call in the cavalry. They'll get a corner here.
This will probably finish out the quarter because even though it will go down the time, they'll let them take the corner.
So the Raiders will talk things over as time officially expires on the clock. But even with that, we will see Somerset-Berkley get a chance at a corner here. It'll be Elevott to send it in, and if Somerset-Berkley has tipped their hand at all through any of the first 5 corners, this is coming to Ryan Crook. It doesn't, though. It comes to Finlaw. Finlaw tries to slide it to Crook.
That should be the end.
Yeah, really nice step there from Norwood. I couldn't quite tell who got in the way of that. But Norwood made a nice defensive play to keep the Raiders off the board there on that final corner. But Nora, it is not the start that the Mustangs wanted.
No, it is not.
We're going to see what Coach Dolliner and Coach Notebart are able to drum up here for a speech between the first and the second quarters. Although the team is finding themselves in a similar spot to what they were the last time that you and Kathy were on the call.
It wasn't quite this early, though. But they seem to need a quarter to warm. I don't say warm up, but get all the nerves out, shake everything out. And I think they'll come back strong.
All right.
And just, while we have a minute, Kathy Chicoy is not here because it is her daughter's 40th birthday. Karen, happy birthday to Karen.
All right.
Kathy was
birthday.
So disappointed she couldn't come, but so we're going to send her updates, and she really believes in this team and is wishing them all the best. And I know she's sad that she can't be here, but she has to celebrate a very important day.
And I hope that you are sending Kathy some updates
I
to
am
let her
going
know.
to send her one right now. I'm going to send those positive vibes.
I've got some big shoes to fill, but I'm
hoping
we will do that today.
You're doing a great job.
We have a wonderful small crew here with Nora and I, and Ron Marshalsea doing cameras for us. Ron had to get up early as well to be here on the call, but he did a nice job scoping us out a great spot. And we are the only ones that get a little bit of sun keeping us warm. Hopefully it sneaks in soon to get the rest of us. I guess I'm enjoying the benefits of it for the moment.
Oh, I'm okay. It's not windy. It's been colder.
Absolutely. And the student section starting to show up. Norwood's got a lot of teachers here.
Wasn't there a fan bus that came?
We had a fan bus that carried a lot of them. Brian Gagliard is down there. He does a great job on the pregame show and is wearing that yellow sweatshirt. Certainly one of Norwood's biggest cheerleaders. I also brought along with me today one of Norwood's youngest fans.
Who would that be?
Paige Pinola is here today.
Start her young.
My wife
Start her young.
Kaylee is a Worcester State alum, so it's a chance to check out her mom's college and
That's right.
and
Start it
see
now.
her
Start
first
it now.
ever field hockey game. She saw girls soccer at Murray Field earlier, and
There you
now
go.
a state championship. I've got to tell her that
This is a,
being in the state final is not just something that happens automatically.
no,
every
it doesn't. You got to
season.
work very hard and long.
Although with the field hockey team coming right back where they were, they have been on quite a run for Coach Dolliner, and I believe her 12th season. She is now
Yes.
becoming quite a staple at the
Right.
school on the hill.
And also, you talked about the fans. There's Sharon Stye is in the she's a former coach and
All right.
one of Kathy's assistants, and then she took Kathy's job. So she's a field hockey guru too.
Absolutely.
She worked
I
in
always
the
say
North.
that
She's-
about Kathy. There's a
Wow.
reason that field is named after her.
That's
in front of
right.
the school, right?
All right, so here we go. We start in the second quarter. We're going to start it early. I'm sure the coach is saying, play how you know how to play.
Absolutely. Whatever got you here, right?
That's
Hopefully
right.
that continues to be the case.
Here we go. So
So far, though, has been stifling defense
Yes.
from this Somerset-Berkley team. That back defensive line with Scarlett Isidoro, Maura Kennedy, Karis Patello,
steal.
and Meg Costa is real good. But now Norwood moves in, trying to find some room, and a
Right, she got a
shot that
shot.
goes a little bit wide from, it looks like Larkey
That was
down
Larkey.
there. We're a little bit further than we are
Yeah.
at Norwood, so apologies if we miss a tribute early on. But nice work from Larkey, who in moments like this, it seems like Shea takes it on her shoulders and provides that spark often that Norwood needs. But Addie Finlaw now coming the other way. She has shown a knack for
There
taking
we
some
go.
big shots for Somerset-Berkley. That whistle will keep possession with the Raiders as Lavaut swings it over for Ryan Crook. So Crook will initiate play from the 30-yard line. Sends it in
Stop
hard
it.
right on that
that
top of
Allie,
the circle.
Allie O'Neill.
Nice
Stop
job
that.
by Allie O'Neill,
Oh.
a freshman with some big responsibility. This one comes towards the net, and Emily Carr was almost in a great spot to tip it through. But Norwood again with a nice defensive play. This time Evan O'Neill right in front of Ava in the goal there thwarts that chance.
And Bridget's going to, she didn't send it as far as she usually does.
Finlaw once again tries to move around Sopel.
Oh.
She gets some daylight. Nice
Nice
save by
save.
O'Neill.
Beautiful save by her.
Ava O'Neill has been fantastic early on, at
There we
least 4 saves by our unofficial count.
There we go. Let's go.
And the Mustangs continue to move it to the side.
Oh.
Getting tripped up on the play is,
Allie Mannering.
looks like Allie
It was Allie
Mannering,
Mannering.
number 11. And now Shea Larkey with the cheers from the Norwood student section raining down after a
She's-
little bit of a rough play that knocked down Mannering.
There we go. Evan O'Neill. Nice.
Evan
oh.
O'Neill with some good stick work, but I
But-
think, did it hit the wrong side of her stick
It
there?
might have, yes. As we've told people before, only play with one side of the stick, and you have to play right-handed, which is just the rule. We don't know. Even
Yeah,
Kathy
seems
doesn't
very
know
biased against lefty. All right, well, if
why. She said
Kathy
that.
doesn't know,
she
then
goes, it's just the rule. It's just the rule.
I'm slowly learning more and more about field hockey. I always say I was glad to do my first field hockey game with you. I was able to lean on you for some of the insight.
Well, and some of the rules have changed since.
That's right. So let's see what Norwood's able to do here. Larkey trying to tiptoe her way up the sidelines. Instead, it's intercepted by Ryan Crook. Evan O'Neill tries to swing it to the side. Now
Oh,
Crook
it's
gets
different.
around one defender, throws it inside. The Mustangs were there defensively, but it looks like Somerset-Berkley will keep possession, and I think we're going to see another
Oh.
corner here, Nora.
Now I don't know why that was a corner because she did that to the side, so I don't.
Well,
I
it was
didn't
very
see- I didn't
close to
see it.
being, I think, touching Norwood inside that circle.
Oh,
So,
okay.
we're paying attention, it looks like, to the blue lines,
Yes, the
which
blue
is a
line
little
is
bit
the-
different from our field at Norwood. So the Raiders have their 7th corner of the game. Nora, I think
easy,
Norwood's only had 1, I believe.
No, this is like a reverse, like you said. You announced at the beginning.
Finlaw takes a
Wow.
hard shot. It goes towards the net and goes out of bounds. And another corner coming right back the Raider way. So this will be their 8th already of the contest.
She was quite the shot too.
We are only about 3 minutes here into the second quarter. It's 2-0 Raiders, and they will look to add on more. The first 5 times they've had a corner went to Ryan Crook there at the top, but the last couple times it's been Addie Finlaw. She slides it for Crook and ultimately for
Nice,
Maura
get out.
Kennedy. And nice
Nice
work
clear.
by the Mustangs
Go,
to clear
Allie.
it out. And here comes a chance, but
Yep.
nice work there on the back line. It looks like number 3, Meg Costa, secured things up for the Raiders. She's done a nice job sweeping back there. Maura Kennedy puts her hand up, indicating that she knew it was going to stick with Somerset-Berkley. And now Scarlett Isidoro will send it in. Isidoro tries to get it by Mannering, but Allie does a nice job dispossessing her, and we'll redo it. 2-0 in favor of the Raiders. Both goals courtesy of the sophomore Ryan Crook, who's had a wonderful season for the Raiders. Crook, I don't believe, scored in their last win against Hingham. That was a 4-2 victory. Finlaw, Carr, and 2 from Vaught were the scores for Somerset-Berkley. But he has been playing a big role here. And Nora, I agree with you. I think
that was all over. That was all over him.
I think it might have hit his hand on that.
But
play.
they didn't. You know what? They didn't stop play, so it stayed with the Norwood way, which.
Yeah, Norwood seemed to have momentum on the play.
Yeah, sometimes they blow it, sometimes they don't. If you have momentum.
Now, will they tell them just play on, or?
They just listen for the whistle.
All right. So we'll see what the Mustangs are able to do. Comes back out here for, I believe that's Ava Hines. She will initiate play for the Mustangs with 9:38 to go. A lot of time, Nora, you said.
A lot of time. There's still a lot
that
of
the
time.
Mustangs fell down 2 a little bit earlier in this contest than they did
yeah.
against Canton, but I guess that leaves you more time to score, doesn't it?
That's true.
And let's see, we have a bit of a foot race here as Norwood ultimately gets there first. Number 5 closing in was Julie Pacheco. Pacheco, if you remember that name, was the one who just shot it wide in the game against Norwood last season that Norwood ended up winning. So Pacheco, who's now a sophomore with some experience under her belt, who obviously played a big role last year as a freshman. So Ryan Crook now with 8:56 to go. You're hearing some wind blowing. We're certainly getting some blustery conditions at this moment here at Worcester State. And Crook moving inside, still with possession. And I believe we have that called off, and Somerset-Berkley will earn their 9th corner.
Nope, no, they won't. Sorry,
oh, no.
It was out on.
All right, we will erase that premature mark on there.
So let's see if they can send it down, get out of this. We need to get some little more offense going.
Norwood controlled things in about the first minute of the contest, and it looked like they were going to kind of start to dominate time of possession offensively. But it has been pretty much all Somerset-Berkley since that point, punctuated by occasional work from the Norwood offense to try to break through. And they do get possession back, but like you said, Nora, they just got to kind of break it out of there.
They've got to break it out. Yeah, it's been very tight for Somerset-Berkley. Bridget might send it all the way up.
Yeah, they were trying to get it to Bridget Connolly there along the far side. Connolly scored with 8 seconds left against Canton.
It was such a great goal.
It was awesome listening to you and Kathy call that. It was just pure excitement. That went in.
That went in. Well, it looked also like it went in before that, and then the play kept going. We're like, it didn't go in. And then it did go in.
Yeah, Norwood had just a scrum in front of that net.
It's so hard to see.
Nice work by Crook, who dispossessed Larkey on the play and throws it through. Little bit of trouble there as Carr almost finds some room. O'Neill almost lost her balance on the play. But ultimately, Norwood averts disaster there as going down 3-0 is certainly something that they're looking to avoid. So Maura Kennedy there with that blue headband. Plays it into Finlaw. Finlaw takes a low shot and another save by O'Neill. Boy, has she been important early on.
Busy.
If not for Ava O'Neill, this contest might be 4 or 5-0 in favor of the Raiders, the way their offense has been relentless.
There we go.
So now here's Larkey. Nifty move from Shea, getting around a couple defenders.
Tried
the long pass. Kennedy got in the way. Gets it to Isidoro.
Come on.
Norwood still fighting for it.
Let's go.
Mannering.
Just go. Just
takes
shoot
the shot on net, and hey, there's the first chance
one.
against Valcourt. Nora, they try to follow through. Valcourt kicks it out of the way. Mannering led the charge. Great job from her. And now the fans starting to get a little bit louder as Norwood showing some signs of life.
They can do.
This one now, is that a little bit too high on that shot?
Yeah, this probably.
So 6 minutes to go. This game's starting to get pretty good here in the second quarter, although Norwood has dug themselves a little bit of a hole early on.
One to get it.
To the middle of the field for Addie Finlaw. Slings it over to the side. And Ooh, going down on the play was Ella Vaught. She's still able to get it to Emily Carr, as we didn't hear a whistle. As Mannering was there trying to get it away from Carr.
There we go. Nice little
Vaught
steal
once
by Bridget
again.
Conley.
Yeah, Bridget Connolly has been around it quite a lot early on. Here's Larkey. Can't get around Crook. Crook has been doing a great job defensively on Larkey early on.
Yeah,
There's a nice pass.
on,
Finding some room.
got Emily out the cross.
Emily
She's gonna
Mannering is
backhand
there.
it.
Emily Spadorcia is moving towards the net. Nice play once again by that Somerset-Berkley back line. Kennedy steers it away. Up for Crook and now Finlaw. Finlaw's got a lead pass. Moving inside, it's number 5.
Emma Penza.
Here's Pacheco with Penza watching her the whole way.
Come on.
Nice work from
there we go.
Penza. And Sopel comes in and drives it out. But we're going to hear a stoppage of play on the field. And Norwood, though, thankfully will keep it. And Sopel will initiate play once again. Here along the far side, Ava Hines looks to connect with,
That's Morgan Norman.
looks
over
like
there.
Morgan Nauman, yeah. So Nauman and Bridget Connolly there on the far side, right in front of the Somerset-Berkley bench. Here's Ryan Crook now, getting around a couple players. Crook still maintaining possession. He's got some excellent stick skills. Moves inside. Here's Finlaw. Finlaw tries to take the hard shot, but she fans on
I'm
it.
going to say that.
And the
There was a lot
referees
of
agree
people,
with you,
well, there was a
Nora.
lot of people in that. You can raise your stick, but if you're in a crowd, that was a little dangerous.
So here's Larkey. She's got a couple players breaking in. Crook is following her the whole way. Larkey gets tripped up. Norwood wants the call, but play continues.
Keep going.
Mannering in front, and Spadorcia
So
tries
close.
the shot. It goes
Just
wide.
That's all right. I like the shots. Just keep shooting them.
A lot of great opportunities for the Mustangs the last couple minutes as they seem to be getting some mojo going, but ultimately still unable to connect. The referees let it play on as Larkey looked like she got tripped up by Crook for the moment.
Again.
Here's Mannering. Inside for Spadorcia. Trying to work around Kennedy, and ultimately comes out to number 4, Kenzie Haru. Haru is watched the whole way by Nauman as she's unable to turn the corner. And now Nauman switches the tide.
Great job.
She moves on in, gets it to the middle of the field.
Right there,
Can Norwood connect?
Oh.
No, it's kicked out by Valcourt, and they'll have to do it again.
Here we go.
Hines does a
Hines.
nice job intercepting the pass. Hines takes a hard shot, trying to get it into the middle.
Right there.
And the shot goes just wide of the net.
All right, I like
and
this,
Nora
though.
looks like Norwood has earned a corner on that one.
Nope.
No, not a corner, excuse me. Still learning the field hockey rules a little bit more.
But I like the, I don't know, a lot of fire right here.
So it'll come to about that 25-yard line. Ava Hines will get things going. Hines was part of that big tying goal against Canton.
Yep.
Ultimately, the goal went to Larkey, but it was a great shot by Ava that started things off. Now Norwood tries to go in deep for Connolly. What a save from her! Comes out. There's a little bit of daylight in front of the net as Norwood tries to put it in the backside. It was Mannering with the shot.
Okay, now let me corner.
And now we get a corner. We were just a little bit early on calling for it. So 2:30 to go, and Bridget Connolly in her normal role will send it in.
This is what they need. This will help them.
To her right, it looks like we have Ava Hines, and is that Emily Spadorcia?
Yep.
Or Allie Mannering, it looks like as well.
And then Emily should be, Emily's, I think.
Shea Larkey is there at the top of the arc. Here's the signal. Connolly sends it in. Comes to the top.
Shea.
Nifty move from Larkey. Gets around one defender. Tries a hard shot, and it just goes wide.
It's all right. We need.
Great chance from Shea Larkey, and Norwood showing that they are not rolling over easily, although they're down 2-0.
No, this has been a good little run right now. I like this run right here.
Since about the 6-minute mark, Norwood
we go.
has done a great job.
Mannering has been pretty.
Yeah, Allie Mannering has had a wonderful game. Nice play there from Scarlett Isidoro, number 8, who was able to steer it away from her. So the Somerset-Berkley back line, which has held up so far, has been under siege lately. Isidoro still with it, tries to get it up for Costa.
That should be Norwood's.
Takes off of Costa. I agree with you.
I thought that was.
But no, Costa will keep it, much to the surprise of the Norwood fans right in front of it.
Yeah, right in front of it. Whoa.
And now a little bit of a shove. And it looks like the
they're
referee is
both
going to
going
send 2 players off.
Whoa.
Allie Mannering for Norwood, number 11, and number 1 for Somerset-Berkley, Ella Vaught, will be sent off.
Ooh.
So we'll play with one person down on either side as Isadora will reset here at about the 32-yard line. And a little bit of frustration there from Spidorsha for a moment, saying, hey, what's going on? Isadora looks around as the referee gets back in position. 57 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
Nice block, Bridget.
Nice job by Bridget Connolly. Almost took it away from her.
That's all right. I don't care.
Connolly still trying to get in the way, and another whistle from the ref. And it will still stay with the Raiders.
That's all right. I don't care if they have to do it 100 times. Just block it up so it doesn't go down.
So that seems to be the job of Connolly right now. She moves in front.
Right,
Excuse me, that was Larkey right there. Comes back for Evan O'Neill. Nice play by Bridget to keep it in.
Nice
Here's
passes.
Larkey. Larkey picks her head up and looks for a long pass. Almost connecting there. And now ushering it to the sideline are the Raiders. Norwood's got 20 seconds left. Maybe seeing if they can earn a corner here to close things out. Moving on in, a little bit of a shove there. Number 4, Kenzie Haru, getting a little bit tangled up. There's a shot in front. Norwood trying to turn the corner. They can't, and coming away with it is Maura Kennedy. Kennedy put it on the ground and now takes a drive. That will close out the first half.
Oof. Well, definitely Norwood had the momentum at the end. They didn't get the goal, but it changed a little bit.
A little bit of life for Norwood there, but ultimately not the first half that they wanted to see on the scoreboard. Tell you though, Nora, this game could have been a lot worse. Ava O'Neill made a number of big saves for Norwood, just really even from the first couple minutes on.
No, she's been very busy and a lot of saves, and they're not little piddly shots. They're shooting them hard, real hard.
We've obviously seen Ryan Crook score on the 2 goals, but also Addie Finlaw has done a fantastic job. So with a little 5-minute break here in between the halves, we'll take a rest here on Norwood Community Media.
We'll be back.
And we'll be back with some action. We hope you will stick with us.
Norwood scoring action, the second half.
We hope at least 2, hopefully 3 Norwood goals to get right back in this. And hopefully they keep up the momentum we had at the end of the first half.
I think they will. They're going to bring it back.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to Worcester State. Joe Panola, Nora Glynn, and Ron Marshalsea on cameras. We're hoping that Brian Gagliard paying us a visit is going to cue Norwood to victory here.
That's right. Oh, he's got the fans already up.
The Mustangs find themselves down 2-0. It's been a great fall season for Norwood. The the cross-country team, is running right now or today in Devons.
Yeah, Fort
Natalie
Devens,
Martin, who
which
has
is
been so successful.
This is the state. It's all the divisions because Natalie Martin was the Division II winner.
For
she
sure.
was
Now
the winner, which has not. We haven't had a girls cross-country be the individual champion.
Yeah.
And the cheerleaders are also, we'll give them a shout out. They're competing today in a competition as well. So busy sports day for Norwood.
So Natalie Martin, it's Karen Gorman and
Bridget Flynn.
Bridget Flynn.
She's only a freshman.
Yeah, incredible that she's doing that right now. You mentioned the cheerleaders. Coach Buckman very proud of that group, and there I believe 4 senior captains that are helping them out.
One of them actually was I know one of the captains was one of our camera girls one day, Charlotte Martino.
All right.
So
yeah, Charlotte's done a great job
well-rounded.
at NCM and Public Access TV, and even in the arts, Norwood has done a great job. The band program continuing their dominance at the Micah Festival. I believe another gold for Steve Conan and his crew.
They're buying more trophy cases for him.
And even the choral program. I know Sebastian Eugene and Lindsay Collins are recognized for their work with the I believe the All-State Choirs, so they've done a fantastic job there as well. So it's been a banner fall season, but wouldn't a field hockey title on top of that
it would just be
an amazing thing?
Yeah, I'd love to see them bring it home. So let's see.
Absolutely.
We can get this out. Ava Hines is trying to get something started here.
Let's see. It was Hines who got things tied up. We keep saying that against Canton. And let's see if Norwood's able to ultimately push one through here. Getting a little bit windy once again, but you never know if maybe that's going to help us out in one way
we'll
versus
take everything.
Currently, it's 2-0 in favor of Somerset-Berkley. The Raiders were 17-2 in the regular season. There are only 2 losses. One came to Acton-Boxborough, and the other came against the D3 undefeated #1 seed in Sandwich, who plays right after this one.
Cape teams always they usually have some good teams.
Sandwich is certainly perhaps one of the best of them, and they'll be taking on Watertown following this one. Somerset-Berkley has 2 goals this game, courtesy of Ryan Crook. Well, both of them, I believe, coming in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was at that series. One of them from a series of the first one anyway, series of corners, maybe 5 in a row, and they finally scored in the 5th one.
And speaking of corners, here comes the cavalry once again for Somerset-Berkley.
Shouldn't have said it. I just jinxed it.
They have had some pretty strong corners. This was where Norwood won against them last year, dominating the corner battle. But things seemingly have flipped this year.
Yes, they have.
Ryan Crook is at the top of the circle here, but Addie Finlaw is also one to watch. The two of them both have excellent shots, and we'll keep our eyes on them as Ella Vaught gets ready to send it in. Comes to Crook once again from the top. Crook steers it over. Nice pass for Kennedy, who tries to move inside. And we hear another whistle, and
it's going to be a corner.
It looks like it will be another corner.
Yeah, it went off. Still out on the defense, so.
All right. So just as Somerset-Berkley did to start off this game, their first corner action there seems to come to Crook immediately. They were starting to kind of dish to Finlaw instead, who's right to Crook's left. This one does go to Finlaw, but it goes past her, and it comes back out for the defense. Finlaw gets it back. She's chased by the Mustangs, but they close in nicely. And I think you're right, Nora. They're going to say it's Norwood ball.
Yeah,
and
I don't know
Finlaw
why,
backhanded it.
But that's, you can do that. I don't know what she did wrong.
So
but
11:30 to go.
I don't care. We have the ball.
It has been all Somerset-Berkley, at least to start the second half, as they have kept the ball in this offensive end. There's some really good pressure from Morgan Nauman as she was working against number 12, Karis Botello. So Botello, I believe, one of the seniors on this Raider team. Will initiate play once again for them. Nice low pass right into the middle of the field for Emily Carr.
Bridget's got to get there. Come
Carr
on, Bridget.
working against Bridget Sopel. Nice job by Sopel, still keeping possession. And she just fanned on the shot. Comes right back out for Botello. And so the Raiders able to move it down a little bit. This one, I believe, may have gone off the foot of Larkey for a second. Comes back for Sopel. Now Larkey working against Crook, as she's been doing for much of today. Trying now to split the defense, but a nice job there.
That's Norwood.
No, it'll stay with Norwood. Looks like we've got a substitution in there for Somerset-Berkley. Number 22, Emma Cormier, is into the game now as she's chasing Ava Hines. This one up the side for Morgan Nauman, and it comes out. Meg Costa, who has done a great job as the sweeper for Somerset-Berkley, sends it back for Karis Botello. And nice work there from Nauman. Botello tried to drive it with some extra velocity there right by her, but Nauman stopped her in her tracks. Nauman closes in again, but a nice pass. She connects with Cormier this time, and now Emma's got some room to run. Nice job by Emma Penza closing in on her. Number 9 is there for Norwood, Ava Hines. Hines almost loses it between her feet, but does a nice job keeping possession. Here's Morgan Nauman.
Bringing it around.
Trying to get around Botello. Ryan Crook takes it in the middle of the field, and now Crook with some room to run. Gets across the 40, across the 50, coming in with speed, but Sopel stops him in his tracks.
I mean, no, that's her mother. Sorry, Bridget.
Now we know she's your neighbor. She's gotten shout-outs for that before.
I know. So now I'm shouting out to her mother.
Now here's
Brenda.
Shay Larkey. Moves inside. Beautiful pass.
And
it's right there. And the save is made by Valcourt.
Oh, that's right. Keep it in, Morgan.
Norwood still with a chance keeping it in, but Kennedy steers it to the side. And ultimately, Somerset-Berkley brings it out of harm's way, at least for a moment. Great chance for Norwood. As Valcourt tried to kick it aside, but the ball didn't get too far, and they had a chance at least for a brief second on the rebound.
They did. They can get it. Come on, bring it in again.
Now trying to send it in, and this one just rolls out of bounds. Norwood has shown life again. They've had great offensive chances, and Larkey led that one. But ultimately, it is still a 0 on the board for the Mustangs, as Sophia Valcourt has held up real strong, number 99 in goal for the Raiders.
There we go. Nice backup, Bridget. Right to them.
Addie Finlaw intercepts that one as Bridget Connolly gives chase. And Evan O'Neill there on the back line for Norwood will reinitiate play. 8:22 to go, 2-0 in favor of the Raiders in this D2 semifinal. This is the first semifinal of the game, as these two teams had to get up quite early, as did the fan bus for Norwood.
But they're here. All the fans are here. I think that was the Norwood Alumni Association might have donated some money for the kids to come in.
Yeah,
Not sure, but
there's a pretty good turnout here. Saw
Very
a
good
bunch
turnout.
of teachers, a bunch of administrators. Mr. Gonzalez was here early with a whole bunch of donuts from Dunkin' Donuts. Saw Mrs. Durain. Miss Lemieux knows her field hockey quite well.
Yeah, she
is
was
here
she was
as
a coach
well.
for a while.
Mr. Lozier, right before the cross-country team gets started,
Yeah,
is
he's
coming out here to
On
support.
his way out to Fort Devens.
Absolutely. Saw Miss Dolliner there as well. So it is quite the crew watching from the stands here.
Yes.
7:30 to go, though, and the field has flipped again for Somerset-Berkley. Here's Karis
Whoa,
Botello.
that's just
Hard
gonna
shot
go.
from her, but it finds nobody.
That's right.
Ultimately towards the back of the net.
So we'll take that.
You got to watch out. It is not fun to get hit by one of these balls,
No, it isn't.
especially in the cold weather, huh?
Oh, yeah, it will. It will sting. It'll sting.
Before the game, when I was going down to get some of the pronunciations, I made sure that I was behind that net. That's
Yeah, make
behind
sure
the goal.
when they were taking their warm-up
Especially
shots.
while the Norwood assistant coaches were working with Ava O'Neill.
Yeah,
in
all the
net.
assistant coaches who are all former players, many of them from Norwood.
Yeah, I tell you, if you put a team together of the Norwood assistant coaches, they would do quite well. The likes of Sammy Hayes.
Sammy Hayes, Rose Campbell.
Rose Campbell, Allie McDonough is part of
McDonough.
that crew, I believe.
Actually, Coach Dollina played too. Never
Yeah.
mind the assistants.
That's
And,
right.
And Caitlin played too, but she's from Walpole, so we Caitlin Nottavine.
We'll still take her. She is a Mustang through
Oh.
and through.
Absolutely.
So let's see what Norwood's able to do here. 6:27 to go, and time is getting a little bit more tight than it felt early on.
Yeah. They need to get that.
Norwood's had their chances. We hear a whistle here.
I don't know if that was in the wrong place.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an opportunity as they were trying to lead Maureen Larkey, the freshman wearing number 23. You got to have some skills to wear number 23, right? and Larkey with that Michael Jordan number, almost able to sneak by. Maureen already in her freshman season has a goal in playoff action. In fact, it was the win against Scituate, I believe, that you and Kathy were on the call for. Was that the game that all Norwood goals were scored by Larkies?
Oh, that's right. It wasn't the senior.
Where
Right.
Shay had
And
4 and
this
her
looks like
sister Maureen had 1.
Emily Spadorcia bringing it in. Come on,
See what
Emily.
Spadorcia can do. Emily had the game-winning goal against Somerset-Berkley last year, so we know
Right,
that
so
she knows how to find her way past this defense. Look at that hustle
quick,
from Bridget Connolly right there as she almost dispossesses Emily Carr. And now Norwood will start things again with Larkey. Swings it over.
Ava Hines,
Here's number
bring it
9,
in.
Ava Hines. Hines takes a shot. And did that touch the stick of
I
Botello?
don't think it did.
No, I think it just missed it, so it'll stay with the Raiders. It's actually really interesting. I was watching the call that you and Kathy did on the Bridget Connolly game-winning goal against Canton.
We didn't.
The first person who pops up in that scrum to say it went in was Maureen Larkey.
Yes.
She popped up
She
away.
She was like,
she
"Hey,
knew it instantly."
But something happened before. I think it was. It wasn't in the circle, or something happened in the circle. So I was like, oh.
Nice job by Ryan Crook there to steer it out of the way as he was looking to connect with, I believe, Ella Vaught there on that outlet pass. Crook has both of the goals for Somerset-Berkley, both of those in the first quarter, but although it's been quiet on the scoreboard ever since, it has not been for lack of chances.
No, it has not been for lack of chances.
The Raiders have, by our unofficial count, at least 8 corners, and Norwood has gotten the offense showing some signs of life lately as well. But all that matters is the scoreboard here at John Coughlin Memorial Field. And now Somerset-Berkley trying to add an insurance goal. Number 5, Julie Pacheco moving in, gets around Penza for a moment, and she is pressured there by number 8, Allie O'Neill. Comes back out for Emma Cormier, and now here is Addie Finlaw. Finlaw's got a hard shot of her own. Norwood gets it out.
Nice job, Emily
Spadorcia. She gets tripped up for a moment there by Crook, and this one gets called as it'll stay with Norwood.
That was some good hustle by Emily.
The fans, who are starting to get a little bit rowdier here, were on it the whole way as they wanted the call to go against Crook for tripping up Spadorcia. Here comes Larkey moving inside, taking the pass from her sister, and it goes out of bounds. 3:30 to go here. Tell you, I'm so used to seeing the youth players around the field.
I know,
there's
no ball girls today.
All right, so let's see what the Mustangs can do. Larkey makes a nice move, but she's dispossessed by Crook. And now here comes Crook with some space and some speed. He gets around Sopel. He's got 2 to beat. He gets around
There we
Penza,
go.
but Norwood steps up really nicely. It was Evan O'Neill. And although possession will stay with the Raiders,
At least it's
great job from the senior O'Neill to steer it out of harm's way. Boy, Crook does such a great job with his stick skills. He got around a couple players there, keeps possession. But a heck of a job by O'Neill, as that could have been a lot worse and could have been a breakaway there for number 24, who's looking
absolutely.
for a hat trick.
Yeah, I know. Is Katie
So Katie Malley.
Kelly Malley.
Katie Malley is
Get by a
tasked
couple
with
players.
some big minutes here. We saw her come off the bench there, I believe, in the first quarter. And Coach Allison Dolliner is giving her some run here. 2:25 to go as the sun is dipping behind the clouds, at least momentarily. Norwood trying to step in there with Larkey as we hear a whistle. And it looks like the Mustangs will keep possession for the time being. So a little bit of an extra run there for Evan O'Neill. She's getting her cardio going. And rolls it all the way up for Shea Larkey.
All right.
Tell you, Somerset-Berkley has keyed in on Larkey, and why not?
Why-
The
well, I
two-time
think
MVP
they
in the Tri-Valley
Yeah,
League.
they've-
She is a heck of a player. Her high school career will end today, but she hopes that she will come out on the winning side before she heads off to
Oh.
Cornell. This one gets a little bit too high. And I believe, did that go off the stick of Evan O'Neill there for a moment?
There we go.
I'll say
Take
it was
that-
too
take that
high
little-
off Crook. Nice
come
play
on, Emily,
there
come on, Emily.
as
There we go.
Fedorsha battles
There we
with
go.
Cormier. She comes away with it.
you go.
She's got Maureen Larkey to her right. She gets around Kennedy.
Katie Malley's in
She
front.
gets around Isidoro,
Oh, do it
but
again,
it's
do it
stopped
again.
by Costa.
Come on, that's gotta be a
Here's
corner,
Fedorsha
yeah.
with it again, and you can tell from the disappointed reaction from number 9, Maura Kennedy, that it will indeed be a corner
Yeah,
for
I think
Norwood.
she stepped on it.
Here's a chance for Norwood, and boy, Nora
they
Glenn,
need
would
it
this
now.
be huge.
They need it now.
If the Mustangs get the corner here, maybe you can go into the break before the fourth
Yeah,
quarter
they
down
need that
run.
little. Just gonna tap it in. That's all they have to do.
So the Raiders
They can
get the
do it.
masks on. Bridget Connolly gets ready to go. Nora says she can do it.
They can.
Let's
They
see if it
have-
happens here.
They know they can.
The Mustangs have all their offensive players behind the arc. It comes out for Shea Larkey. She
Shoot
tries
it.
a strong drive.
Oh,
It went off a Somerset-Berkley defender and almost tipped in. Good low shot from Larkey on that one. As Norwood had an opportunity, but now they will
bring it
have
in.
to bring it in at about the 30-yard
Nice
line.
idea.
Beautiful first pass that comes to Ava Hines. Hines moving away from the goal,
Go
takes
right
a
in,
nice
right
step
there.
inside.
Yes,
there's the
it
pass
went in.
and there's
Hines
the goal.
All right, so I didn't have the corner, but it went to. All right, Hines Salaki. That's what.
What a play, and Norwood is down one, and just like we
All
said,
right.
Nora,
They.
this is now a big chance as time shows only 13 seconds left in the third quarter. The Mustangs have closed it to 1, and it is Shea Larkey from Ava Hines, just as what happened in Canton.
It just wasn't the corner. it was right around the corner, though, right around it.
So 10 seconds left as Norwood will try to defend
Oh, no, here
a
they
late
come.
rush
They
here.
have
Here
to
comes
stop.
Finlaw. She moves in, gets tripped up, and the call is made.
Oh, 2 seconds.
So 2 seconds left.
All right.
The
this is
teams will
better
head to
going
talk
into
about it. Oh, I don't think you could draw up momentum any better than this.
That's what they.
The Mustangs are not dead yet.
No, they are not.
And what a big opportunity right now. So Coach Dolliner will channel her inner Vince Lombardi and try to talk things over with the team here.
I heard her say they play 15 minutes at a time. 15 minutes at a time.
That's right. In the fourth quarter, we knew was going to be big no matter what the score
Yeah,
was.
no matter what the score.
This game, when you kind of looked at it beforehand, Norwood 16-1-1 in the regular season. Somerset-Berkley 17-2-0. The number 1 seed against the number 2 seed, which
is
shout out to the MIAA
they
algorithm.
really do get it. Those math
It's
people, I
amazing.
don't know how they do, I don't know how they do it. They
So-
seem to get it right.
Yep.
There's a couple of upsets, but not a lot.
Right, and Norwood, who actually had a lower rating in terms of their margin of victory than Somerset-Berkley, was the number 1 seed based on their opponent rankings.
Right.
So that kind of speaks to not only the strength of the TVL, but also the strength of the opponent matchups that Coach Dolliner has putting on her team's schedule.
Right,
Obviously,
so
we've got Walpole on
Walpole.
the schedule. Norwood played Canton in an
Right.
out-of-conference match,
Another
so they
one.
were able to take on a
And
strong
that's a strong
Hockomock
division.
team.
Yeah, because I mean, Canton
Oh.
Canton was number 5. So
Yeah, every year it seems like Norwood is playing Canton in the regular season, and somehow we draw them in the playoffs,
Right, I know.
it seems. I was there a couple of years ago. It was just myself and Jack Tolman on the
Yep.
call when Canton ended Norwood's season.
Yeah,
you know,
they've
obviously you and Kathy were there last year.
And Canton is yeah, they've had a little rivalry, the Norwood Canton, for years. I'm talking like when Casey Smith played and
Right.
Allie McDonough. There was.
You talk about the legends of Norwood field hockey.
And I
Casey
think-
Smith going on to Stonehill and becoming a legend
Right.
in her own right there.
Allie going to Holy Cross.
That's right. Right here in
Right in
Worcester.
Worcester.
I saw some signs for Holy Cross coming in.
I did too, as I was hoping I was going the right way.
That's right. That's right. See, I had a little bit of a benefit. My wife and our daughter drove up with me, and my wife went to Worcester State. So
No, and
she's like, "Turn off the GPS. I got you today."
No, I'm the GPS person. I just missed one little exit.
There we go.
I go,
You made it here
it's
anyway.
over here.
Bit of a drive.
My
for
girl
us
doesn't
today,
give me
but-
enough time. My GPS person. So that's why I had to thank the Banderings who drove me down to Bridgewater Raynham the other
There
day.
you go. Now I was kind of wondering, and we haven't talked with the MIAA people at all, but
Oh.
maybe that's the reason that we're the first game, that we're maybe traveling not quite as far as some of the other schools. Although this is quite a trip for Somerset-Berkley.
Well, I think Worcester is, you figure, the middle of the state.
Right.
Because you're playing all 4 divisions, so they have to kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know,
I can't
because I think
imagine
in
if you're coming
WPI.
from way out on the Cape if you're
Because, I
taking
mean,
on Nauset or something.
Canton played Norwood in Bridgewater, and Somerset played in Dedham.
Dedham, yep.
So I was like, what's that all about? But whatever. Here we go, 4th quarter.
All right.
15 minutes left. Let's see what the.
As Joe
they're making
Spadorsha
history.
liked to say on some NCM broadcasts, buckle up. Let's get going here for the 4th quarter.
Let's go for this ride.
So let's see what happens here. 15 minutes on the clock, and we know that Coach Dolliner is focused on that. Her team playing 15 minutes at a time. Coach Dolliner has gone to the bench a little bit here. Obviously, we saw Katie Malley coming off the bench. We saw Maureen Larkey coming off the bench. So potentially some fresh legs for Norwood.
Well,
although
maybe,
we
yeah.
saw SB going to Emma Cormier and getting some
Right.
bench players of their own.
And sometimes, too, it could even just be to, strategize, too, like, hey, this is what you need to do. I'm not waiting for the 3rd quarter. I'm not waiting for the quarter break to tell you.
So let's see what's able to
Sending
happen
in
here.
some strategies.
So a
Yeah.
big goal at the end of the 3rd quarter. Nora, you said it was Shea Larkey that
I-
put that one through.
I'm pretty sure it was. I hope I did the
We'll
right
have
person.
to check the replays, as I missed the announcement here, but
Oh.
would not be
It
a
was definitely
surprise
Ava
if
Hines
it's
set
Larkey.
it up.
Ava Hines with the
definitely set it
assist
up.
on the goal, just as the two of them connected there in Canton.
Oh, here we go. Come on. Here comes Emily. Let's
Here
go.
comes Spadorsha trying to get around Kennedy. Costa tries to
She's
steer
so
it out of the
quick.
way.
She's not giving up. Good. Keep
But
going.
we
Keep
know
going,
Emily has some great speed as she keeps the pressure on Costa.
Nice.
Nifty move there from Ava
Hines.
Hines, trying to battle against
Oh,
number 9
backhand.
Kennedy. And a play
All right.
trying to connect with Larkey, but Ryan Crook was there the whole way.
That was also tricky with all those backhands.
Pacheco tried to one-hand it to Finlaw for a moment,
we
but
go.
Penza swings it up. And, a bit of a trip there. Norwood gets the call. Now Larkey moves in. Norwood is down
gonna
one.
say- oh.
Larkey with a low shot, but Crook was on her the
Yeah.
whole way with Cormier trailing.
Come on, Allie. There's Allie. Allie O'Neill. She's only a freshman. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Allie O'Neill has been tasked with some big responsibility
She's played
here.
so phenomenal.
As a freshman, her and Emma Penza have stepped up in big ways. The future is bright.
Oh,
Crook tries a high arcing shot that sends the Norwood defense all the way back. Speaking of Penza, she does a
Jeez.
nice job getting it away from Julie Pacheco, number 5. And now the Raiders will call everyone in to try to get a very important insurance goal with
Yeah, they
12
need
minutes
to-
to go. It's Karis Botello to send it in here.
Nice
Botello
steal.
is dispossessed for a moment. Really nice stick work there from, is that Morgan
That's
Nauman, it
Morgan,
looks
yeah.
like, number 2.
yeah.
I say this a lot, but we got to petition John Longley
Oh,
to
we
get
got- I
those
know.
yellow numbers off the back of the
I know.
Norwood jerseys. Apologies if we misattribute any of these.
And they all have the
these
same
plays.
kind of hair.
Oh, and that
Oh.
one caught Spadorsha in a spot that hurts as she winces in pain for a moment, but gets right back to it.
She's not sitting down.
Oh, shows how tough she is. I think she maybe took about 2 seconds to
She
kind of
did.
shake
Shake
out
it
her
off.
body, and now she's ready to go. Another hard shot from Botello. Finds the stick of Emily Carr. She tries to move around a couple of defenders, including Evan O'Neill.
it's okay.
Ava comes way out of her crease, and the referees will wave it out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Raiders. 11:38 to go here. Norwood trying to at least tie it up. The final day of the field hockey season in Massachusetts is shaping out to be a very nice Saturday here in mid-November. Ryan Crook now moves around a couple defenders, sends it low.
Right, okay.
Emily Carr had a chance on that one. Carr scored a goal in the game against Hingham. Hingham was the number 6 seed. In fact, when Norwood beat Somerset-Berkley last year to get to the state finals, it was Hingham that fell to Reading, the ultimate champion, on the other side of the bracket. So, like you said,
team. They really just have
success breeds success, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I definitely believe in that.
So it'll be a corner here.
All right, this is what we need.
As the Mustangs get the masks on.
And it feels like Norwood's been able to break these last couple ones. So let's
watch
see if we
Ella
can do this.
Vaught here on the near side. She scored 2 goals, I believe, both off corners in the last contest.
Oh.
Finlaw from the nifty pass from Crook, but Norwood defends it. They throw the masks on, and they seem to get a little extra pep in their step.
Yep. If they can get, I think this is good. They get out of that, so they can. Come on, Bridget, send it for a little ride.
This has been a Norwood team that operates under that never say die mentality.
There it is.
They
Here we
had
go.
their backs against the wall last time. Here comes Spadorsha. She's beaten to the ball, at least for the moment, by Costa, who swings it over for her fellow defender, Botello. She tries to get over to Cormier, but it goes out of bounds. And now Ava Hines will get the ball back from our photographer.
Oh, well, no, I'm going to use the one on the field.
No, exactly. I'm looking for the youth players once again. So here's Ava Hines to initiate play. Hines gets around Pacheco, still with it. Dispossessed for the moment, but keeps it with Norwood with 9:45 to go.
Come on, Ava.
Here comes Hines.
Nice.
Oh, nice move to get around Pacheco. Takes
through.
a hard shot.
Off of Ryan.
Hey, that kind of. Now should know it. They're going to give it to Somerset-Berkley here. A little bit of a surprise to you,
that
huh?
went off of them, actually.
All right. Well, I guess
must not be watching the
our
right
Norwood bias is showing, isn't it?
I know. I guess it is. Well,
There's
they love
a high arcing
this
saucer
one's tricky
pass.
because of this.
Nice job by Larkey, who steals it right out of midair. Gets it over for Nauman. Gives it back. Larkey moves in, and Crook dispossesses her, and it rolls out of bounds. The Raider fans now starting to get a little bit louder off the nice defensive play by Ryan Crook. So Norwood will keep it. Comes for Ava Hines again. Her and Larkey have shown some excellent chemistry both in their senior seasons. But a nice play by the Raiders.
There we go, Allie.
Finlaw who got the steal. But it comes back out for Allie O'Neill.
Come on, Allie. Let's
Now
go.
to the side.
Bridget
Here's Bridget Connolly. A low shot.
there,
Norwood has
there.
a chance on the back post.
So close.
And it doesn't quite go. Connolly almost found some space. The Norwood fans want a call. But Norwood will have to settle for a corner on this one.
No, it's going to
no, excuse me. It comes out.
I thought when it...
So a disappointed Norwood faithful will have to settle for just maintaining possession. Bridget Connolly there working hard along the far side in her senior season. Connolly scored with 8 seconds left for these cardiac kids in the win against Canton.
It is a cardiac kid.
And they, I believe one of the newspapers interviewed Connolly afterward, and she said you could just see from the force she put on the shot how much she wanted it.
Yeah.
Now the Mustangs move in. Who else? It's Larkey splitting about 6 defenders and loses the handle at the last second. Great defensive play by Botello. And now Crook, who tried to bring it out, will get possession for Somerset-Berkley. A hard shot by Crook.
On, Bridget.
Almost looked like a cricket player for a moment on that one. Here's Sopel.
Bridget, answer him.
Takes it away from number 6, Carr. Sopel connects with Larkey. Larkey dispossessed again by Crook. He's done such a great job defending her today. Moves inside. Crook trying to get around Hines now. Into the middle of the field, and Evan O'Neill makes another great defensive play. The Norwood back line after this first quarter has been fantastic, Nora.
They've been one.
So 7:06 to go, 2-1 in favor of the Raiders of Somerset-Berkley.
Okay.
Hard drive there for Maura Kennedy.
Definitely went off that girl's foot.
Maura Kennedy in that blue headband seems to be one of those do-it-all players for Somerset-Berkley. She's listed as a defender on our call sheets, but she has been all over, especially in the corners.
Midfield.
So now the Raiders will bring it up. Scarlett Isidoro wearing number 8. will move it up an extra couple yards. And now initiates play. She battles with Katie Malley there along the far side. Bridget Connolly is there as well. Great steal from her. Swings it up.
That actually was Shay.
And Shay Larkey, excuse me, there on the far side.
There's
Shay is
somebody else
never
that's
too
everywhere.
far away, right?
That's somebody that's everywhere too.
6:15 to go. Norwood scored with about a minute left, maybe even less, I think, if memory serves me right, to close out the third quarter. Somerset-Berkley hasn't scored since the first quarter, so you hope the momentum is with the Mustangs, but time is not on their side right now.
I don't know why that was a corner.
All it takes is one. So Somerset-Berkley now in double digits for the number of corners that they've taken, as we are starting to lose our unofficial count here. The Raiders will get Ella Vaught ready. Vaught scored 2 goals in Somerset-Berkley's semifinal win, and she is certainly somebody Norwood will have to defend along that near post.
Yeah, they got to clear this now. Like now, they have to do it now.
She goes this time to the middle. It comes to Kennedy this time. Kennedy moves around
that
one
was a
defender.
miss.
Little
Okay,
bit of a
good.
miss hit on that one, as Mora had an opportunity to get it back for Crook, who was right there in the middle, but missed on the hit. So for the moment, a bit of a reprieve for Norwood. But Kennedy initiates play again, and now the Mustangs
All right, come on,
trying to
Katie.
cue up some offense. Katie
on, there's a
Malley
miss,
with
there's a
some good
miss. Come
hustle.
on.
This one almost got by Costa. Very few things get by her, but Costa is able to regain possession
There we
for a
go.
moment. But now the Mustangs with some energy there along the far side.
Nice, come on.
They swing it back to the middle.
Oh, keep up, Katie Malley's going to pick it up.
Almost finding some
Maureen
room.
Larkey, come on.
Moving in is Maureen
Ah.
Larkey.
It's all right, come on, Katie.
Back out for, looks like
keep it
number
in,
8. That's
Allie.
O'Neill. And now for Ava Hines. The Mustangs almost getting things going with their defense.
All right, that's
As their D really pushed the pace forward and almost turned it into some offense. And now with 4:19 to go, you've got to imagine all the pressure in the world is on the Raiders. They're up 2-1. They were up big in the first quarter. Looked like they might have just been able to cruise to victory if they'd put another one home. But now, Norwood with a corner and on the doorstep of tying up this
This
D2
is so
finals
important.
match. Bridget Connolly, as she has been doing for so long, will be the one to send it in. Surveys the landscape. She sends it
Ava
near her
Hines.
for Ava Hines. Hines with a hard bouncing shot, almost
Oh.
redirected by Larkey. But we hear a
Ah.
whistle, and the Raiders, to the delight of their fans, have turned aside another Norwood
All right.
chance.
they also don't have much time. They need to
3.5 minutes. That's all that remains in this game. Norwood hoping that that's not all that remains of their season as they try to send it to overtime.
That
Crook
goes out.
with a big
go out, let it go
arcing
out, let
shot
it go
that goes to the sidelines, and it does eventually go out of bounds. So Evan O'Neill now
timeout.
from deep in her own zone, right in front of Coach Dolliner, who takes the timeout.
Okay, 3:12.
That's
Not a
it.
lot of time.
Tell you, Norwood has had so many chances.
That
and
last
in fact,
chance
that
was
last
great.
one,
That was a great little rush. I thought they.
Katie Malley almost
Katie Malley,
found it
yeah.
with it on her stick. I
Yeah.
believe Spadorsha was with her.
And
Maureen
Maureen
Larkey.
Larkey. That was a nice little run. So
So Norwood has had some wonderful chances, but once again, like we keep saying, time is getting
yeah,
short for
now
them.
it's
And now you've really got to make something happen if you're going to send
Right.
this game to overtime. Although Norwood
don't.
seems to score very late in the
we
quarter
like to. Yeah,
quite
we
often.
can do that. I'll take that too. Because in overtime they take off players.
That's it.
You don't
We're
play.
seeing it. Seeing some shots of the Somerset-Berkley team as well. Coach Jen Crook has been here before.
And really, Somerset hasn't, except for the corners, hasn't had a lot of scoring opportunities. The Norwood defense has just shut them down since that first quarter.
Somerset has some
So if we can
really
keep them out of
strong
corners and
shots,
us
though.
into corners, I think it would be.
That was the
a changed
deciding
game.
factor last year when Norwood won 2-1 against this very team. 13 saves from Sophia Valcourt in that game last year. So she, who has kind of been the anchor for the Raiders in goal, has kept Norwood to 1 today, and all eyes will be on Sophia in that pink jersey. So the teams break the huddle. And we see the Somerset-Berkley keeper here on your NCM cameras as the Mustangs will initiate play right from in front of their bench here, so deep in their own zone. It'll be Evan O'Neill. Excuse me, is that O'Neill? Hard to see from this angle.
Is it Bridget Sopel or is it Evan?
Yeah, I believe Sopel, who tries to get it going. Emily Carr is right there in her way, and immediately a turnover. Finlaw gives it back up, and now Ella Vaught. A little bit of an arcing shot here.
Those ones are tricky because
tries to look for Carr. Yeah, Somerset-Berkley's been using those arc shots a whole lot. 2:45 to go. Up for Katie Malley here. Norwood has found some room there on the far side. This time Isidoro intercepts it, gives it up for Vaught. Norwood fighting now with Emily Carr. Come away with it, but a turnover right in the middle. Ryan Crook had it for a moment, but couldn't find the correct side of the stick. So now Shea Larkey, watched by Crook the whole way. Gets it over for Maura Kennedy. Kennedy decides to keep it low, and it'll roll right out of bounds in front of the Norwood bench. 2:15 to go. The Mustangs desperately need one more goal to knot this thing up. They've had their chances. Into the middle now. Here's Malley, moves around one defender.
Picking it up by
Spadorcia. Here's Spadorcia. The long lead pass for Maureen Larkey. Larkey over the 20, still with it for a moment. Spadorcia tries a low shot.
All right, this is a corner.
And Norwood here. Oh, this is as big a chance as you're going to get. A corner with 1:43 to go. Connolly picks it right up. Nice work from Maureen Larkey on that one.
Now look at.
So let's see what the Mustangs are able to do.
People are on their feet. This is
We wait for the
huge
signal for the referee. Connolly sends it in. Here's Larkey. Top of the arc, swings it over for Hines. Hines keeps it on the ground. It's defended by the Raiders, and they swing it out to the side. The fans want a call as just about everyone in the Norwood section popped up there for a moment. But the Mustangs stay with it. We're officially under a minute to go. Katie Malley has it go off her stick. Goes right back out in front of that shed there on the far side. 53 seconds now. Nice step from Finlaw, who takes it away. But the Mustangs turn the corner. Ava Hines sends it on in. But Ella Vaught is right there behind her. O'Neill now moves it up along the far side. Looking to try to get it to Malley. Nice defense from Costa. And now if you're Somerset-Berkley, you're 30 seconds away from a D2 state title. And they are buckling down defensively.
This is going to come down to the last second.
Norwood looking to earn a last-second shot, at the very least a corner to give them an opportunity. Spadorcia in the middle field. It's taken away by Crook, who sends a hard shot right into the Somerset-Berkley bench. 10 seconds left to go. Norwood needs a miracle now. The shot comes on in. This could be the chance. They move in and it goes just wide. And the Raiders stand up. They rush onto the field. And,
there's a corner.
They're told to go back.
It's a corner.
Oh, the band was on the field for a moment. Norwood has earned that last second corner. And this is the opportunity they wanted. Bridget Sopel is ready. Ron Marshalsea is pumped up with the camera as he claps his hands. Here's the send in from Sopel. It comes to Larkey at the top. Gets around Kennedy. Larkey still with it, tries the low shot, and it goes just wide. And Somerset-Berkley is your Division II field hockey champions. They close out a 2-1 win. What a season for the Mustangs, Nora.
They couldn't have that a repeat. They couldn't have it 2 times in a row. Oh, I feel so bad.
And it ends right where it did last year for the Mustangs in the state finals, as the team comes together on their senior captains. Ava O'Neill, who played an amazing game in goal, take nothing away from her.
Just what a year they've had. What a year. Played their hearts out.
And I'm sure filled with emotion are the Mustangs. They clawed back. They gave up 2
did.
goals
I thought they
in
were
the
going
first
to do it.
quarter.
I thought maybe on that corner they would do it.
They kept the Raiders off the score sheet for the rest of the contest.
They really did. I mean, after that first quarter, they.
So the team now will
Heartbroken.
come together with their coaches.
But what a ride they had, and made the town so proud. And
It was a fun time of the year. The way
I know they're not fun now, but
So Somerset-Berkley will come together, but there's your shots to the Norwood team. Just such a strong group, a close-knit group.
Yeah.
Shout out to their coaches,
Oh,
Coach
absolutely,
Dolliner, Coach
Coach Dolliner.
Nodabart, and a whole bevy of assistants who all have a ton of field hockey experience themselves. Shout out to the fans who made
all the really.
a lot of fans
Lot of
making
fans.
a long drive early in the day.
A lot of other players are here. Other coaches have come.
But the season comes to a close the same way it did last year, with Norwood falling
Just by 1 goal.
just 1 goal short. Last year was in overtime. Here, a
Didn't get
final
to it.
corner chance, and it doesn't quite go. So we'll wrap things up here from Worcester State as the announcement comes over the PA.
Handshake for the presentation of the championship medals and trophy.
And the teams will get together to do a handshake here. Somerset-Berkley taking some pictures near the goal, but the Norwood team that played so well and
So
fought
well all
so
year.
hard
All
will
year.
say goodbye to 8 wonderful seniors.
They were awesome. Really terrific. We'll see them in some other sports during the year. But,
That's right.
Um,
So many of the athletes,
Really.
multi-sport athletes at the school on the hill.
So Ava O'Neill, Shay Larkey, Bridget Sopel, Bridget Conley, Evan O'Neill, Ava O'Neill. Who did I forget? I forgot somebody.
So Ava Hines in there.
Ava Hines. Oh, yeah, can't
Um,
forget her.
Yeah, just Emily Spadorsha, I believe. we
Emily
got in there.
Spadorsha.
Morgan
Norman.
Nauman. What a great crew.
Really, eight seniors and 8 starters.
That's right. So it'll be some retooling for the Mustangs in the off season. We see the future is
But
bright, though.
it is bright. There's some, they get the freshmen coming up and the sophomores. And like you said, success begets success.
But definitely a bittersweet day for the Mustangs as they make it to the state finals, but they ultimately fall short. So the teams will exchange some pleasantries here as Ava O'Neill and Shay Larkey will lead the squad, and Sophia Valcourt will lead her title-winning squad to the handshake line. And the teams will show some good sportsmanship to put an end on this game. So this will be followed up by the Division III title game as Sandwich will take on Watertown. Sandwich, who has been so dominant this season. That'll be followed again by D4 at 2:30, and then a Division I title game will be the nightcap at 5 o'clock. But the first champions in field hockey of the 2024-2025 school year are the Raiders of Somerset-Berkley, behind 2 goals from Ryan Crook and a fantastic performance in net from Sophia Valcourt. Will raise the trophy and will take it south down Route 24 to Somerset-Berkley Regional High School. Couple final acknowledgments from the team. Sometimes it's easy to confuse the Norwood
know.
goalkeepers in the neon shirts
neon-
with the
the
referees.
referees, I know.
As we'll stick with it as we wrap things up. Thanks to Ron Marshalsea, who got up bright and early to make the
know.
drive on in here. And did a
And for
great
all
job.
his wonderful, I love your little sports updates. I watch them all the
yeah.
time. They're
Now,
so
did
good.
you see the Halloween ones with the little Easter eggs that were in there? And so now this, if you're a Norwood player, is as bittersweet as it
Yeah,
gets.
this gets
as they
tough.
will get their, I believe, runner-up medals
Yes,
here.
and they're like,
Tell you get this far and have it go
Yeah, it's just
this way is
someone
not
has
fun.
to lose, I guess. But
That's right.
it didn't want to be us.
That's right. Just a great game they gave us, though.
But really, all the games have been just so.
For sure. And this is something that the players can look back on years from now. Go back in the archives. You can see Mustangs from the 80s playing basketball.
Right.
Playing
I know.
football, playing all sorts of different sports.
But I mean, this team was good 2 years in a row to come. I mean, you want to win, but to come back twice in a row is hard.
And there's the cheer as the Somerset-Berkley faithful give their respect to
So they got their
the
revenge.
new Division II champs, who were in the Final Four last year,
and
fell
was
to
upset-
Norwood,
Fell to Norwood, so
and they have answered in a big way.
they
So
did.
kudos to Coach Jen Crook, who is back as a Division II state champion. She won the title with 2 of her own kids on the team 6 years ago, and now coaching her son Ryan and the rest of this very game Somerset-Berkley team as the captains pose with it. Addie Finlaw holds it up real high. Finlaw was instrumental. Even though she didn't get any goals today, her shots were blistering.
And she was all over the field.
Great work from the defense. But congratulations to Somerset-Berkley as they will be bringing the banner down, and they celebrate here at John Coughlin Field at Worcester State. Thank you for joining us today here on NCM. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you will join us for future games, hopefully maybe with some different Norwood results.
Yeah, that's right. And we'll be in the So the winter brings us basketball and ice hockey, and we'll see a lot of these girls back on the field then. Swimming.
It's been a pleasure calling it with you, Nora.
Thank you,
and,
Joe. Always a pleasure.
Thanks for helping us out with some of the calls here down on the field.
Some of them I didn't do so well on. So
Well, thanks to Ron Marshalsea for his cam work and all the folks at NCM. We will hope you will be watching some sports with us again come the winter season. Good luck to the cross-country team today.
Yep.
We hope they bring home some more hardware for the
right.
Mustangs. The final here from Worcester State, Somerset-Berkley 2, Norwood 1. Take care.